SwimOutlet.com delivers the best online shopping experience. With an extensive selection and the lowest prices, you're guaranteed to find the product you need. Here's what you get. Free shipping on all orders over $49. Free 1 to 2 day shipping on all orders over $99. All orders placed by 6 p.m. ship out the same day. Shop at SwimOutlet.com, the web's most popular swim shop.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Friday, May 18th, 2012. I'm your host, Peter Bush, in the FINIS Monitor today. We'll talk to Josh Schneider. He just won the 50 free at the Charlotte Grand Prix, and Josh joins us right now in the FINIS Monitor from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, Josh, been a long time. How you doing?
Yes, it has. Pretty good, man.
Hey, congrats. Swimming pretty fast. 22:10 at this point in the season. Got to be happy about that.
Extremely happy about it. It's a good place to be right now going in the trials.
It's been kind of a roller coaster past couple of years since your breakout season at Cincinnati when you won the national title. It's always been good, but I think talking to you, you thought it was going to be better at this point.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I just think when I came down here, the weight program wasn't where it needed to be, and it is where it needs to be now. And I think that was one of the major contributing factors to my lack of performance last year. And now I'm back hitting the weights real hard and feeling a lot better, 20 pounds heavier than I was in last year's nationals. So it's translating well to the pool, and I'm excited for trials. 20
pounds of, I presume, straight muscle?
Yeah, pretty much.
Holy cow. That's a lot.
I feel a lot better.
How much do you weigh now?
220 to 225.
That's pretty big for a swimmer.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
Well, if it works for you, man.
Yeah, I know. I think it walks hand in hand with my confidence as well. Because if I'm able to move weight in the weight room, then, I don't know, I feel more confident when I'm in the water. And I love that feeling. I feel meaner. I feel much better. I feel back to normal.
And if it comes to it, you can just pick up the other guy and throw him off the block.
I guess if it comes to that, then that'll be my last resort.
My money's on you, man.
Hey, thanks, man.
Well, you're back in football shape.
I am.
For people who don't remember your story, I mean, you were like a high school football player out of Cincinnati, and I mean, you were really just a novice swimmer until your last couple of years at Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, now getting given the opportunity to be in front of kids and talk to kids, I like to tell them to diversify themselves in other sports so that they don't get too consumed by swimming. Because I still don't like the way people year-round swim when they're in high school or even junior high. I think it's horrible for them. I think it's very antisocial. Swimming consumes your life, your social life. You have to give up so much. And I think the road I took is something that I would encourage all kids to do.
Now, you say that because just by playing other sports, your theory is essentially as long as you're staying in shape, you can swim this season, but then you can play other sports and just kind of expand your boundaries?
Yeah, I don't think you have to do a year-round swimming to be at the best swimming shape or even the drop time. And people get so worried and wrapped up about that. And I hate that because, they lose out so much of their high school career with, dedicating themselves to a swimming career. So I've just seen so many people miss out on so much fun opportunity that college and even high school has to offer, just because they get so wrapped up in the swimming life and it becomes, their main objective for their career.
Since you have moved to Charlotte, what is something that you can definitively say is better about your swimming?
I can say that my technique is better.
I know that's something that you wanted to work on. When you were in college, you just felt like you were just still so raw and your technique was kind of a mess.
I mean, yeah, it was. But I also didn't, that was good and bad. I didn't think about any technique swimming when I was swimming. So when I was out there, I was just racing. And then just this past year, I thought about my technique when I was racing, so that was bad. But now I'm feeling like I'm putting all the pieces together, and I'm really ready to come out swinging for these trials.
If you're swimming 22:10, I guess you're expecting to break 22 when you're all rested and shaved. Is that right?
I want to shatter it so bad.
Okay.
I don't even want it to be like a modest, taper. I want it to be a bombshell that just hits the swimming world.
21.6, 21.7?
I'm thinking 21.3. I'm going big, baby.
You've never lacked for confidence. I can tell you that is for sure.
I know, but I think if I maintain my strength and let my muscles rebuild themselves, I don't know, man. I think I'm going to go real well.
Are you America's best 50 freestyler?
I think I will be.
Can you even attempt to make the team in the 100, or is that just way beyond your boundaries?
I do think I have a lot better of a chance than I have in the past. I just won a 49.7. And I can tell you what, I felt good. And I felt real good, and it felt like it had a lot more room for improvement. It was at the end of the UltraSwim when no one felt like swimming anymore. And when I reminisce about the morning swim, it was really sloppy. I was really lethargic getting up on the blocks. So when I came back that night, I wanted to have a little bit more pop, but I still wasn't, mentally focused. And I just think the 100 and the 50 free is going to come together real well. And I might be just sitting here talking out my butt, but, only trials will tell.
Did you learn anything from losing that swim off to Cullen?
Yeah, I learned a lot.
What'd you learn?
Well, first of all, don't underestimate your competitor, because training with him and when he wasn't training much, I knew he was going to be hard to beat, but I didn't know I'd have to, lay everything I had on the line to beat him. And, just swimming and going to practice and doing everything that your coach asks you, that doesn't give you a free ticket to win a race. You got to come up and race. The only thing practice and pushing around weights and then all that's going to do is going to, increase your chances of making the team. You don't get any head start for being at practice more than the other person. So no one really cares how much you've done up until that point. They just want to see who's going to be the winner. And I let that get in my way. I was like, I deserve to win, so no one deserves to win. Who wins?
You seem like it's been 2 or 3 years now that you've been at Charlotte.
It's been 2 years.
Okay. It seems like one of those classic cases where you're moving to an entirely new program, and it just takes a little while for it all to click. And I guess the reason I'm asking is, would you advise somebody, look, if you're going to make a big move, make sure you do it a couple years out from the Olympics or something like that, because it just takes a while to get used to a new training program, new dry land, all that kind of new environment?
100%. Because when I moved down here, I didn't want to, kick up dust when Marsh said something that I didn't want to, I didn't want to backtalk him, because he's Dave Marsh. He's one of the best sprint coaches, if not the best. And the only thing I would have said was changing weights, or, I want to maybe be in the water a little longer. So I would 100% agree with you on that, that if you are going to make a big change like I did, do it with having enough time to adjust before your big meet.
Well, Josh, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch you this summer. I feel like we're going to get that same sort of where did this guy come from feeling that we had a few years ago at NCAAs, and that was a lot of fun. So good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Josh Schneider joining us in the FINIS Monitor today from Charlotte. That's it for today's show. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.